They know they chop pepper here. Oh. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. This is Mary and you're welcome. New subscribers, welcome. My regular G's, TMO lovers, welcome back to the channel. Today on the channel I will be sharing with you how we're getting to settle into the UK, culture shocks, things that I'm like, anyway, it's okay. You guys do that here? Like, really? Okay, so you guys just stay tuned. I'm sure that you're going to enjoy this video. Tori, I'm going to be giving you guys undiluted gist, how we've gotten to settle, how we've gotten to adapt, how we're adapting actually, because adaptation, yeah. They told us, I say, we did it in biology, Abby. I don't know what they say. We're supposed to adapt as humans. We're trying to adapt, guys. It's really not been so easy, but then we're grateful to God. We're here and we're happy. Okay, so settling in the UK, I think one of the very first things that I should say is you need to sort out your accommodation. Make sure that you have at least an idea of where you want to stay and how much it will cost you when you're coming to the UK. For us, we knew what kind of apartment we're looking out for, and we knew how much we could afford to spend on accommodation monthly. So we began to look for getting accommodation in UK. No be wasao. It's not a plain thing. It's not easy. It's not like Lagos or like Nigeria that you can just go and look for any agent or just walk up to anybody. They do their due diligence here. You can't just walk into any place, any apartment and just think that, oh, because you have your money, automatically they're going to drop the house key on your palms. So make sure that you have in mind what you're looking out for, where you would like to stay. The good thing about the UK is that Google Map is almost always accurate. So for me, because my school is not where I live, I need to be sure what's the distance, how long will it take me, what's the average amount I have to spend if I were to go into school from this place. So for every place that we had an idea of moving to, I did all of those research. So I made sure that I was sure of all of this before deciding to settle in a place. Another thing about the UK is that they would need you to come and check the apartment. So for some apartments, they will do online viewing. For some apartments, they would allow you to physically come and check. For us, we couldn't come and physically check any of the apartments. People I reached out to were either busy or were far away from where I was looking to. So we're all on our own, meaning that we had to get a place that had online viewing option. Online viewing, they won't charge you for it at all. Some agents charge if they have to record and send to you, but for the apartments that we saw, it was free, so you could just view the apartment online, right? So we checked Zoopla. I'm going to list some sites you can check: Zoopla, Rightmove, Spare Room, yes, and then you can just get the agent's numbers, probably give them a call to say, oh, I'm looking at this, I'm looking for this is my budget, these are the things I'm looking out for. And their houses here are they're very specific when it comes to houses here. They will let you know if you're allowed to smoke, they will let you know if you're allowed to have parties, they will let you know if you're allowed to have pets. They will let you know if you are going to pay for parking. Every of those things are listed on their site or when it comes to their building. So unlike Nigeria, you can't assume anything. Make sure that you ask questions. Look at these sites. They will tell you things that are allowed, they'll tell you things that are not allowed. Some of the apartments are bills inclusive. The basic bills in UK are electricity, gas, water, and then internet, broadband. So those are the basic bills in the UK. So you need to be sure, okay, it's usually better if you get an apartment that is all bills inclusive. That saves you a lot of money. It saves you a lot of money. So once you're able to get an apartment that is bills inclusive. You know, you're not paying for water, you're not paying for electricity, you're not paying for gas, and you're not paying for internet, broadband. So once you're able to get that, it makes it easier. There are some that come with few of the bills and then you have to pay the other bills. Oh, I forgot to mention cancel tax. And I think why I forgot to mention that is because as a student, you're not expected to pay cancel tax. Yes, you're not expected to pay cancel tax. So your school can give you a letter of introduction saying, oh, this person is a student and will not be paying cancel tax. So, but if you're going to be working in the UK, you will pay cancel tax. Oh yes, UK doesn't play with their tax. They do not do that. They don't do that at all. They don't play. So that being said, once you're seeing the one that you like, maybe on any of these sites, you can reach out to them. Some ask for references, and for those references, they want people that are probably resident in the UK or have been resident for 5 years, maybe have a property. They would give you a list of things that they want. There's some that don't ask for references. They will just ask to be sure that, oh, do you have financial capacity? Some might ask for maybe 3 months down payment. Some might ask for 2 months down payment. Like that. But please, UK is not like Nigeria that you can say, I didn't know. I was not aware. Nobody informed me. Read in between the lines. Clarify. Ask questions. Be sure that this is what they said and that is what you understand it to be. Don't assume, please. Don't assume at all. You can, in the UK, they don't play with their houses. Like when we moved in here, they did an inventory saying this is how the house was. It's white. We painted it grey. This one, there was this dot, there was this, there was that. They said everything. They noted everything in the inventory. So when you're leaving the house, they will come and check. And if there's anything that is not probably within the scope of what they expect, like maybe they may expect maybe oil spills in the kitchen or whatever, if there's anything that is beyond the scope of what they expect, you go pay. You will pay. So please be very clear with all of this. Usually they will ask for reference, they will ask for your financial capacity to be sure that you can pay. Some will say, oh, I don't want a student. There's some apartments that are shared apartments, so it could be a duplex with 5 rooms and they have like 5 people sharing. So then 5 people in those rooms, then you share maybe the living room, you share the kitchen, you may have to share toilets, things like that. Don't do past yourself. Make sure that you pick what you can afford comfortably and conveniently. Yes, so accommodation can be a tug of war, and like I advise people that have reached out to me, if you know you're going to come to the UK in August, from June, begin to search websites, begin to reach out to people. The good thing about UK is that even houses that are going to be available in June, from March, from April, you're already seeing it on their website, so you can plan with it. Like for us, we started looking for a place around, I think, March, April, and then we knew the month we wanted to travel to the UK, so we looked out for the ones that worked well with that period, right? So don't say, oh, I'm coming in September, I think I'll just wait till I come in September, especially if you don't have someone to stay with. Don't do that. It's a dangerous game, right? So look at all this website I've shared with you. If there are more, I'm going to put them in the description box or on the screen while you're watching. So please make sure that you reach out to those agents, make sure that you check the website, speak with people who are already in the UK, those that can help you to view, find out, so you can take pictures and you have an idea of what exactly you're paying for. Once you've gotten that, they would most likely give you a contractual agreement saying this is the agreement between Lagbada and Temedo. Once you have done that, you sign. You're welcome to come and live in your house. You know that UK, everybody mind your business in you. It's not a communal living like Nigeria. So basically, you might just be saying hi to your neighbors, pass that one. They don't do communal living here at all. They don't do communal living here, right? So while it might seem very tedious or difficult to get accommodation in the UK, it's not something that is impossible. Just make sure that you have answers to all of their questions. I would advise, if you have sufficient finances or money to cover for 2 months rent, is good, because it gives them assurance that this one is not going to come to my house and not pay, right? And you don't want to come to UK and not pay. They can send you out. It can become an issue for you, and then if probably you're looking to build your credit score, it can lessen your credit score. So please make sure that you're ready for it. Make sure you're ready to commit. If you're coming with a friend, it might be better so you guys can split your bills. So out of all of these things, I hope that I've been helpful enough with regards to accommodation. That being said, let's move on. Hey, cultural shocks in the UK. Hey, I mentioned something that the UK, everybody mind your business. You know, in Nigeria, where you would come and then your neighbor is coming to say, go, you're welcome to the neighborhood. Oh, you're welcome here. My name is Kiniko, and you greet. You know, they happen like that here. It doesn't happen like that. Everybody minds their business. And you can't just assume that, here in the UK, you can't assume that because somebody needs help, the person wants your help. I don't know if you guys get that right. Because the person needs help, he wants your help. It's not automatic here. Like in Nigeria, where maybe you see somebody fall and you're like, sorry, let me help you. Hey. The highest you can say here is sorry, and then you move on. Except the person now asks you, say, oh, please help me. So here they are very big on, they are very clear on intent. They are very clear. Like I remember when we moved in here, the caretaker was like, oh, would you want me to help you with the bag? I'm like, guy, you can see that these bags are heavy. Help me. They don't automatically assume. They would ask you. And if you say no, no is no. Another culture shock that we experience here is when you go to a store, you have to buy your leather bags. You have to, I can't tell you guys the number of leather bags we bought because in our register here, I don't get how I will go to ShopRite and you're telling me I'm spending money in your store and you're telling me I still have to use my money to buy a leather bag. You're still telling me I have to use my money to buy a bag to pack the things that I bought from you. But here, that is it though. You will have to buy. And a lot of times we just forget because having lived over 20 years in Nigeria, I didn't have to pay for a bag. I'm getting here and then I have to pay for a bag. I don't understand it, but it's a culture shock that I'm trying to get used to. Another one, this one even off me, pata. Because I worked in a bank and then I want to open an account here. I walk into your bank and you're saying, oh, I'm sorry, do you have an appointment? Well, I don't understand. I have to have an appointment to open an account with you. That's, in fact, that's like the greatest shocker so far because I don't know how many people come to my bank to say, I want to open an account. And then I say, oh, sorry, I can't open the account. You have to have an appointment and things like that. But then I realized why they do that is because it's not just opening the account for them. It's building a relationship. So they ask you questions. They want to know what are your what's your 5-year goal? What's your 2-year goal? Do you have plans of settling down here? Do you want to buy a house? Things like that. So I understand. But it came as a rude shock to me. I ain't gonna lie. Rara. It came as a rude shock to me. Another culture shock here is your interaction or communication with people. Africans, we can be very, very, you can see me in my video, I'm doing a lot of expressions, I'm gesticulating a lot. Now when you're talking to a white person here, you can't be doing you can't be doing that because it comes up as you're being rude, it comes up as you're being aggressive. Do you understand? Like why would you be so they can hear like, I'm sorry, please, can you stop that? Can you stop? Because the way they're understanding it is that you're being aggressive, like you're putting so much emotions and you're translating it into something that can be termed as a physical abuse. So don't come here and be doing. You have to unlearn a lot of things from Nigeria. You have to unlearn a lot of things from Nigeria. You can't come here and be gesticulating like that and be doing this one. And another shock here is that this one is because I'm an African. You know how you can just randomly see somebody on the road and just want to like correct them and say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Here, they can call Akbar for you. They can call the police. I mean, you can call the police. Why would you stop somebody randomly on the road and just say, oh, I don't think you should be doing this? You know how, I think basically they're not as communal as we are in Africa or in Nigeria, especially. They're not as communal. So you can't just assume, you can't just stop someone on the road. Everybody literally here minds their business. They mind their business here. They mind their business. Now, another culture shock, let me share this one with you people, is with regards to accommodation. I told you guys that when we moved in here, they did an inventory, and to be very honest, that inventory shocked me because in my house in Lekki in Lagos, which inventory? Nobody's inventing anything, although they expect that you leave the house in a cold way and everything, but it's the preciseness of the inventory for me. Like, okay, there's a black dot, there's a yellow dot, there's a this dot, there's a that dot. Oh God, I think it's just the environment, or is I don't know if it's their laws here, and it's a good one anyway, because you can't tell me when I'm leaving that, oh, I spoiled your house, when we have the inventory to show that I'm leaving it the way I met it, right? You can't tell me that. Nah, it's not possible. But it's something that I wasn't used to, something I wasn't, to be very honest, I wasn't expecting at all. I wasn't expecting at all. The last culture shock I'll be sharing is having to recycle. Having to recycle, guys. I just happen to know the word recycle as an English student, and of course, recycle. But here in the UK, they don't joke with it. They even have separate bins. Oh, this one is for things that need to be disposed. This one is for recycling. And they are very, very, very particular about it. So you can't just dump refuse anywhere. You can't just dump refuse anyhow. You can't have a can that is not recyclable and throw it in a recyclable container. It's not possible. So they are really very big on recycling, and I see that it's good because it helps save the environment, and then it also saves cost a lot, because why would I use a bottle and then a plastic bottle that can be reused and then throw it away to be burnt or to just litter everywhere? So it's a good thing that they are big on recycling, but it's something I'm trying to adjust to. Like, for where we're staying, the property manager had to send a mail saying, please separate your refuse, separate your disposables. There's a recycling bin, and then there's a bin for things that cannot be recycled. And I'm like, okay, so I need to have two separate bins in my house, one for recyclable stuff, one for things that don't have to be recycled. There's a whole lot of unlearning and learning in the UK. But to be very honest, I am happy. I am grateful that it's an environment I can get to learn stuff. It's an environment that gives me an idea, a correct idea. To be very honest, Nigeria has messed us up a lot. Things that are right, you begin to see them as wrong. Things that are wrong, you begin to see them as right. But coming to an environment that is very process driven, an environment that is big on law and order, it gives you this sense of, no, I'm not an animal. I should behave actually as a human being. So I don't know what other culture shocks you guys have. What other culture shocks have you known? What other culture shocks have you heard about? Like, you guys give me gist. Certainly in the UK can be very, very, very difficult coming as an African, coming as a Nigerian. But man, we're here and we have to adjust. Yes, another thing I should say before I go is, they're not a chop pepper here. Oh. Hi. You go to their store, you go to their restaurants, and you're asking for, I want spicy. Oh God. Oh God. Pepper is in my blood, and then the spicy is not spicy. I mean, I want to eat pepper, and I'm like, you know, that kind of, oh God. You don't eat pepper here, but trust me, I came with my pepper, different type. Came with Cameroon pepper, came with red pepper, came with yaji. I made sure that I brought enough peppers because I need to eat pepper. So they're really not so big on pepper, but I won't blame them. I won't really blame them. Another culture shock is having to see people move around. They're smoking. they are vaping and nobody's looking at them like, bro, are you all right? Are you okay? Nobody's looking at them like, I've told you guys this place, everybody mind your business. But in Nigeria, I see you smoking and I'm like, I'm already using my like, guy, why are you smoking? You don't know that. You don't know that. Here, it's like, I've even become a passive smoker because a day won't pass without me going through some sort of smoke inhalation. So it's another shock I'm trying to adjust. Like, why is everyone, you're either vaping or you're, but it is what it is. That's the environment. So I can go on and on and on and on, but I wouldn't want to bore you guys. There are a whole lot of culture shocks. I would really just want to hear from you guys. What are some culture shocks that you've heard? What are some culture shocks that you've experienced? I would love to hear from you. While you're watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, please share, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye.